Hi friends. In this video, I'm going to be making a doll within 24 hours. By 2:45 tomorrow, we're gonna have this thing done. I am a pretty slow worker. I like to take my time. The last doll that I made took me many months, so this time I wanted to try to do one within 24 hours, so I have no idea how this is gonna go. I don't really have a plan or a sketch. I'm just gonna be winging it. The other thing is that I'm not gonna be buying any supplies for this project. I'm gonna be using things that I already have at home. We're just gonna start on the face. Let's do it. I just realized I have to wash all of my sculpting tools. Be right back. All good, all clean. I'm sorry, that's not that funny. I think what I'm gonna do is create the face, but not the whole head. And then for the face, I'm gonna add little holes along the edge so that I can sew it like to the head of the doll, because the rest of it's gonna be made out of cloth. This is oven baked clay. I cannot remember the last time I worked with oven baked clay. I'll be back in a few minutes when I actually have a vision for this thing. So I think we're gonna go really simple with the face because I just made this and I feel like it's simple enough where I can add all the other details with things that aren't sculpted, whether that's painting or gluing some stuff on there. But I do think I'm gonna go ahead and make another option since this didn't take me very long. Now I need to poke some holes around the edge so that I will be able to attach it to whatever I make for the head. I'm not really sure how many holes I should do around the edge of this one. I could do 3 so that I'm emphasizing the... Wait a second, I think I'm gonna do that classic thing where the clown has like dots here and then little triangles going up to those. I could put the holes where I want the dots to be so that part can kind of be emphasized. Then there would be 4 and there wouldn't be any on the edge. Okay, hold the phone. I can do a hole right here, right here, right here, and right here to emphasize where the eye triangles are going. And then I can also do 2 dots on the side for where the mouth is going to end. Okay, I just found out a little flaw in my plan. The eye triangles don't go down past where the mouth is. I'm just gonna put 2 here and 2 here. They're very uneven. I'm wondering if I add 1 more in the corner up here. Well, not really corner, it's a circle, but you know what I mean. You know, that might make it a little bit interesting. All right, I think we're good. So this is the one that I'm planning on using, and then this is the backup one. After making those faces, I sculpted a pair of shoes and some hands. Let's take them to the oven. Now it's time to figure out what supplies I'm going to be using for everything else on the doll. I got out some fabric and this bin of random supplies I have, so let's see what's in here. I'm definitely thinking that we can use yarn for the hair. I have a lot of different colors. We have beads, that could be really fun. I also have a couple like balloon animal beads and charms. Maybe somehow we can incorporate those into the outfit. Speaking of the outfit, I grabbed a bunch of colorful fabrics that I have, but then I found this really pretty fabric. I don't know what direction to take this in. More beads, popsicle sticks, cream wax. What is this for? This is some plastic craft lacing. I have a ton of these. Speaking of which, I think it would be really fun to make a dress out of friendship bracelets, so I might do that this year. So maybe I should save all of this. More pipe cleaners, straws, wire. That's about it. I just got hit with a bunch of ideas. I decided for the outfit, I'm gonna make the shirt out of this fabric, and then the pants and the sleeves to the shirt are gonna be made out of this fabric. I'm also going to be using all of these little things once the base of the outfit is created. One other thing, I thought it would be really funny if I made the legs of the doll like ridiculously long. I just picture him like sitting on the shelf of my room and the legs dangling all the way down to like the top of the keyboard. With that in mind, I bent the wire into a basic body shape, added beads to the joints, and wrapped it in strips of fabric. The backup face I sculpted was glued to the bum so that the doll could sit nicely. That took me a pretty long time, but we have the body. I have no idea how I'm gonna do the head, but I'm not gonna think about that right now because I'm just thinking about how cute this looks. And I think the legs turned out really fun. I decided not to make them too crazy long, but I think they're still pretty dramatic. It's 8:59 right now. I decided to add a bead for the neck of the doll. For this, the temporary wire head was twisted and chopped short so that the bead could slide on there. For the head of the doll, I glued strips of fabric around a separate bead until it was an appropriate size to fit the face. The thing is, I should have curved this more before putting it in the oven. So now when I put it on here, do you see that big gap? I'm just going to take the face and like chop this part of it off. Sorry, Lars. It's hard to cut through all the hot glue that's in there. We're gonna make that work. Make it work.
Make it work. Go, go, go. Do it. Go so. Work, work, work. Make it work.
So I actually didn't make that work. Instead, I sculpted 2 new faces that were curved to fit the shape of the head. This time, I didn't include holes around the edge because it made more sense to glue the face to the head rather than sewing it. I'm playing around with a few different things in this video, so if there's anything that's like horrendous, like editing wise or filming wise, please let me know in the comments. I would love your feedback. I would like to do a minimal amount of hot gluing for this outfit. I want to do mainly sewing, probably hand sewing for most of it since it's so small. I don't know what this stuff is actually used for. Oh, it's like got some encased. Wow. So I'm thinking this hand sewing that I'm gonna be doing probably won't turn out so pretty and cute, so we might glue this over whatever I hand sew. I really want to use an area of the fabric that's very populated by flowers so we can see that pattern, so I think I'm gonna try to use this area. You know what? I am gonna go ahead and use some glue. If I glue this part around here, this is gonna be covered by different fabric for the sleeve anyways, so I don't think that will be a problem. Let me get the hot glue gun fired up. I'm gonna go ahead and move this newspaper. Okay, wait, you know that magic trick where people take a table cover or something and they like rip it out?
Harry, it's magic!
Should we try it? Okay, here we go. I feel like this is not gonna work. This is gonna be really bad. Wow, how amazing. Okay, back to work. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hello?
Do you have something in the oven?
So I had completely forgotten that the new faces were in the oven. I can't hear the oven timer from my room, but apparently it had been beeping for a while. So here's your friendly reminder about oven safety. Please be careful. Don't do what I did. After that little mishap, the shirt was glued to the shoulders and hand sewn along the back. The sleeves were made from rectangles of fabric. I folded them in half and hand sewed the edges. The holes on either end were folded over with glue so they wouldn't fray. Lastly, they were turned inside out to hide the mess and glued to the doll. Okay, so I failed my goal. At 2:45, I was sitting on my futon watching Project Runway. I have no regrets. It's currently around 10 o'clock at night. Here's the thing. This happens to me every single time I do a project. It always takes me way longer than I think it's gonna take. I think I can finish this project before tomorrow night, and that is my new goal. Let's go ahead and try on the new faces onto the doll. I'm excited about this. Doesn't he look so cute? So this was the original one that we are not using. Here is the one that I thought I was going to like the best that I made this morning. So this one is a little bit thicker than option number 3. Here's the option that I think I'm gonna go with. This one is a little bit more thin than the previous option, and I just think it hugs the shape of the head really nicely. I think that's what we're gonna go with, but we'll find out tomorrow. Let's just focus on making some pants for these legs. The pants were made from these fabric cutouts. I sewed them with the machine, correct sides together. Before turning the pants inside out, I had the doll try them on. They fit pretty well. Before I cut the fabric, I didn't really think about where it would be landing, so we have 2 different options for the crotch area. One is this one, and the other one is this one. Option number 2 is what we're gonna go with. The pants were a bit difficult to get on once the fabric was turned inside out, or the correct side facing out, but once they were on, they looked really good. Wow. Oh, I'm so sorry, I keep dropping him. Before gluing them on at the waist, I added this red stuff over the back seam. Then I hot glued the pants to the waist. So next I need to add a belt. The question is, do I use this maybe? The other thing is I had plans to use some white lace on definitely the ends of the sleeves, definitely as one of those bib things that clowns wear. This is the smallest button size that I have. It looks very large on here, but it's kind of the only option I have. So we could do that, or I was thinking as buttons, I could use these smiley face things. So maybe we use a solid color for the details. Let's go with this red thing right here. Let's just use the puffy part. There's so much stuff on my scissors. Actually, thanks to this project, my room is a complete mess. It was fairly clean before I started this project. Now it's insane. Okay, that's good, that's good. Right after the belt was glued on, it fell apart. Apparently, maxi piping bias tape was not built for this. I ripped it off and searched for some other supplies to use. I found these red buttons and this pink bias tape, which I decided to use for the belt. This material was also incorporated on the ends of the sleeves and pant legs. Once the lace was on there, I played with the idea of using buttons to cover up some of the seams, but the buttons I had were too large for my liking. I sculpted some little ones instead and made some little spheres to use for the clown's nose. It's time to paint the face. I had previously mentioned that I wanted to use the more thin face that I had made, but I have decided to use this one instead. It looks more clean and it fits the doll a little bit better. The outfit has pink on it, and that's not really incorporated in the pattern of the pants and the sleeves. So I would like to use pink on the face so that it ties it in. Here are some ideas that I just drew out. I'm gonna start by just drawing where I want the eyes to be because I think that will be fairly simple, hopefully. Okay, let's make it permanent. Great, now we actually have to paint some things on there. I don't have a very thin paintbrush, so either we trim one down or we hope for the best. Oh, you know what? I do have paintbrushes. Oh yeah, look at this. It's so thin that my camera can't even focus on it. So that's a good sign. I think we do the classic pointed triangles. Pointed triangles. A triangle is pointed. And we're gonna make the triangles pink. There are a ton of leaves on the pattern on the pants. We could make the triangles into leaves. That would be really cool, actually. What do I do? What would I give to lose? Okay, let's go ahead and paint the nose next. The nose was sanded down on one side, hot glued to the face, and painted red. After adding a few more details to the face, I secured it to the head. Here are the shoes that got painted as well. The final step was to make the hair and a hat. The hair is made from unraveled yarn. I used blue and black. The strands were folded over and, like everything else on this thing, secured with hot glue. Originally, I was gonna cut his hair short, but I don't know if I can because it's so gorgeous. Look at it. I'm gonna give him a trim and I'm gonna braid it and then we'll see how it looks. Here's one length option. It's pretty good. I like it. I feel like we gotta make it short. It'll fit the character better. I need to get down to business and I just need to chop it. It's what you want, right? Yeah. I need like a really tall barber chair. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do because I can't make up my mind. I'm gonna make him his hat first and then we're gonna decide which hairstyle looks best with the hat. Hypothetically, this was a good plan. However, I made 2 different hats, so not only could I not decide which hairstyle to give him, but also which hat to give him. I wanted to let the people decide, so I put up a poll on Instagram. Finally, I worked up the guts to chop his hair.
My legs were too long. Every day is leg day.
One thing that I failed to mention so far is that the fabric that I used for his pants and his sleeves came from a two-piece set that I thrifted. I used the top for his outfit, so we have matching pants. We can twin anytime we want. I feel like I need to build him a little seat so he can sit on my shoulder more comfortably. I'm gonna have to find somewhere to wear this outfit and like him on my shoulder, but yeah, there you have it, folks. Thank you for watching.